This is Earl Amin with the 2020 Foresight Podcast, where CEOs of small to global companies share their insights. It is 6 questions in 9 minutes because top CEOs know how to listen and be concise. So let's get to it. Welcome, and in just a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
My name is Christina Royal, and I'm the president of Holyoke Community College. We're a college that helps improve the social and economic mobility of our students. As we begin 2021, we're celebrating our 75th anniversary as the oldest two-year college in the state of Massachusetts, serving about 8,700 students. Our mission is to educate, inspire, connect. Educate reflects the core of our purpose, which is to change lives through the power of education. The second word in our mission statement is inspire. Inspire demonstrates how we do this, as we believe that students need relentless encouragement to succeed. And connect is what we do. We connect students to the college, students to employer for internships and employment. We connect students to other students for peer support, and we connect the college to the community.
Excellent, excellent. Well, what's the best thing about being the president, CEO, leader, head muckety muck of a university that's endured for so long?
I would say 2 things. First, the best thing about being a college president is being able to have a life-changing impact on students. Students with a post-secondary education make significantly more income over their lifetime, over $1 million more as compared to students who graduate high school. We ultimately help individuals and families become more prosperous through the educational journey, which in turn drives economic development and improves our workforce pipeline. This is really important to me because I grew up as a low-income first-generation college student. Neither of my parents had a college degree, and as a child, I just wanted to be able to live a better quality of life than my parents, and education was my path forward. Another great thing about being a college president is being able to impact an entire community. Leading a mid-sized institution, I have an opportunity to be part of conversations relating to addressing hunger and homelessness in our communities, discussing climate change and sustainability, thinking of ways to grow our local economy, and understanding the demographic shifts in our region, especially as it relates to equity. These larger societal issues all tie back to education. And as a community college, our students are our residents.
Very good. Now, I hear from other presidents, CEOs, that leading their team and being able to see what lies ahead can be a challenge. What are your thoughts?
Leading teams can sometimes be challenging because there's multiple voices and they all have a different lens through which they're viewing an issue. It's the beauty of teams, and it's also what makes them more challenging to lead. But truly seeing an issue from as many perspectives as possible leads to a deeper understanding of the issue. And it also allows you to better anticipate the consequences and implications of the decisions that you're ultimately trying to make. One of the exercises that I do with my team is the 6 Thinking Hats by Edward de Bono to facilitate more lateral and creative problem solving. Another benefit, though, of the 6 Hats exercise is helping teams appreciate different perspectives. Each hat represents a different type of thinking, and teams can appreciate that the conversation changes when you put on different hats. In the same way that each of us essentially are wearing a hat every time we show up to a meeting, based on our own unique backgrounds and lived experiences. Viewing teams in this light gives me an appreciation for their value in my decision-making process.
Brilliant. Totally agreeable. Well, with all of that experience, what piece of insight do you want to share with others, presidents, CEOs?
Well, we're having this discussion in the middle of a pandemic, so I would say 2 things. The first is to throw out your playbook. For the next few years, we'll be entering in and discussing our organizations in terms of pre-COVID and post-COVID. It's a defining moment in the world and everyone is impacted. This pandemic has given us a gift to reassess, review, think differently, and move forward with a new consciousness. That will apply differently to different sectors and organizations, but universally, we all need to consider how we will lead in a world that is fundamentally shifted, not only our organizations, but our communities, our customers, or in my case, students, and also our employees. And then I would also say spend less time trying to fit the mold of someone else's version of success and put time and energy into discovering your own strengths, talents, and abilities. If leaders spent more time trying to less time trying to replicate and imitate other leaders and more time learning about themselves, they would be much more grounded in the unique gifts that they possess as leaders and better equipped to serve their unique purpose on earth. We're all put here for a reason, and no one can do specifically what you're meant to do in this world. So to me, the answers are inward.
Indeed, and agreed. What other successful leaders, presidents, CEOs like yourself would you like to acknowledge and should be on my podcast?
So Donna Hagahat, she's the CEO of the Women's Fund of Western Mass, and she's a change agent for gender equity. Mm-hmm. And I would also say Katie Ellen Zobel. She's the president and CEO of the Community Foundation of Western Massachusetts, and she's transforming the field of philanthropy with an equity mindset.
Oh, excellent. Well, thank you for that. Well, now for the final question. How do you celebrate a win?
I celebrate a win through reflection. I like to study the dynamics that made us successful, to learn from it and replicate it if necessary. I encourage a lot of self-reflection with my teams. We are stronger when we understand ourselves, our cultures, and each other. Of course, a party to celebrate big wins is great too, especially to acknowledge and recognize individuals that contributed to the success.
Excellent. Excellent. Christina, it's been such a pleasure having you on today. How can people find you?
People can find me on LinkedIn under Christina Royal, Facebook, same, also Twitter at HCCPrez, P-R-E-Z. So I'm pretty accessible.
Excellent. This is Earl Amin with the 2024 Side Podcast. For more insights, go to LinkedIn and search for the Gray Owl Company. Christina, thank you so very much.
Thanks for having me.